Hi, welcome from Australia. My name is Chrissy, and in this video I'm going to be giving you a channel guidance reading for the new year. Now I thought I'd do a global reading as well because I've got a lot of beautiful subscribers out there who watch me from all around the globe, so I'm really going to be doing this reading to sort of touch those people who are living in different parts of the world, because here in Australia we've certainly had some tumultuous times, so I'm gathering that a lot of you have as well. So it's kind of interesting to just see what the guides, what messages the guides have coming through for the collective out there and everybody virtually around the globe. So I'm just going to close my eyes and we'll just get started. So I'm definitely seeing running. So I'm getting people putting their sand shoes on, or sneakers, joggers, whatever you call them where you are, and they're lacing them up and they're running. And they're running towards things, they're running away from things, and I feel it's this kind of energy. It's this push, pull, push, pull, push, pull. And people are kind of, it's almost like because they're pushing and pulling, they're staying in the one spot. And it's almost like showing people running on a treadmill instead of getting out and running outside, for example. They're actually showing me people just running on a treadmill. So it's kind of like people are just running on the spot. And this is to do with our lives. We feel like we're just running on the spot. People are wanting to run away from all the dramas that they've had in the last couple of years. Some people are wanting to run towards their future and move into that space. So there's a lot of this. I feel like this is all around the globe. People are just wanting to put on their running shoes and they're wanting to either run from it or run towards a new future. So this is what's causing us to stay stagnant. It's like when you're having a tug of war almost. They're showing me the rope. When one side's like pulling this way and the other side's pulling that way, it just keeps hovering over that center line. And that's what they're kind of showing me. It's that stagnant energy where we're feeling stuck. And I feel that's a very universal feeling right around the globe, that people are feeling it's almost stuck in their madness, because people are so unsure and they're so uncertain about their future. They're not sure how to get out of it. So it's showing me this real stagnant energy. It's almost showing me like cobwebs growing on people as well. So it's like the visual is like cobwebs. So when you think of cobwebs, you think of very stagnant energy, and they always tell you that about your house too, that go around and sweep the cobwebs and clear them out of the corners, because that's a feng shui thing that creates stagnant energy in your home. So this is the same kind of thing. The visual they're giving me is that we all are feeling very stagnant, and this is right around the globe. And this is where we have to, sorry, I'm babysitting a dog. And so we have to find that inner core strength. And I talk about that a lot, in that sort of peaceful place, because these are the ways that we start to move forward. And I've talked about that before, and this is for everybody. If you can start to think with that clearer mind, it's easier to move forward. It feels like for a lot of people out there, and I'm definitely getting Germany, I'm getting Austria, so many countries are really struggling with chaos at the moment. In the UK, there's certainly a lot of turbulence. There's a lot of confusion in the UK. I really feel like that's, and nothing's really being resolved. And I feel like these chaotic sort of situations that we find ourselves in become very, very consuming, and it's very hard to get out of them. When you're being bombarded, whether it be the media, the TV, the newspapers, just people talking in general, it's very hard to switch that off. We don't have a switch in our mind that we can just go click like a light switch and turn all that off and just find our own inner peace. That's very hard to do. So in these times of chaos, turbulence, facing the unknown, we have to actually make that really conscious effort to release all those horrible feelings, because I really feel like still going into 2022, people are going to have very tight chests. They're still going to have tight throats. The anxieties are still going to be up. These vibrations are still going to be very sort of, it's like a hovering. So if you think of like a hovercraft, they're almost showing me like a hovercraft, how they sort of can float on water and land, and they sort of vibrate on air. It feels like that's what we're doing, but we're staying in the one spot, and it's that real stagnant energy, but we're wanting to sort of take off. But it's almost like we need a compass, because people don't know what direction to take. Do we go east, north, south, west? And it's almost showing me like, and this is for everybody around the globe, it's almost showing me that feeling of like, it's almost like your compass is broken and it's twirling, or your compass is just magnetically just playing up, and because of the energies, it's spinning, and it's not showing you which direction to take. Do you take north? Do you take south? And this is about the future of our life and the direction that we're wanting it to go. So I'm definitely getting the symbol of the compass. So I'm feeling like if you're not sure what direction to take now, you've got to start to really look for the signs and the symbols. Now, if you see a compass, that's definitely going to be a sign that you're heading in the right direction. So if you see a picture of a compass comes up, if it comes up on a TV show, if that you see a compass of any sort, that is definitely meaning that you're on the right path. So you can look at that as a great symbol to the direction that you're going, and that's definitely something that they're showing me, is because you will find your north, your south, your east, your west, and the needle will start to stabilize. So I really feel going into 2022 that this is what's going to happen. We're going to start off the year very stagnant and just hovering and not knowing which direction to go, but then we're going to actually start to create these things ourselves, and we're going to start to look for that direction. And that's why they're giving me the compass and the needle and which direction we're going to take. So that again is about opening up your senses, starting to see things, and don't close off to any synchronicities and that sort of thing as well. Like if you see synchronicities, they're really important to you. So you have to also be aware that that's also giving you a sign in the direction that you're meant to be taking. I'm seeing visuals of people standing arm in arm. So it's like everybody's got their arms hooked together and they're kind of swaying like this, and it's almost like they're showing a jolly kind of feeling. So people are kind of getting that camaraderie back, and I feel like this is all around the globe. You know, it's showing me like a picture of the world and the globe, and it's got all the people like standing around the globe, arm in arm, connected. And this is all cultures, all races, all types of people, vaccinated, unvaccinated, black, white, purple, green, it doesn't matter. This is showing me that whole symbol of the world. And I'm actually thinking of a Michael Jackson song kind of comes to mind. He sings a lot of these songs about heal the world, I think is the song that's kind of coming to mind. And if you heal the world, it makes it a better place, I think, is the words that he actually uses in his song. And I really feel that this is what's kind of happening. Things break down, as I talked about in my 2021 reading, but we're going to be starting to heal the world, but we're going to be healing that world if we can unite. And I really believe that's the visual they're showing me. So maybe if you go and sort of watch that Michael Jackson song about heal the world, I think we'll probably get a few messages out of that, because I do talk a lot about taking better care of our planet, taking care of our animals. I feel like these are the things next year that a lot of people are going to be getting back to, because we're getting more focused on our heart space and we're moving into that soul vibration again. And sort of lifting ourselves out of that kind of really material world that we got a bit caught up with a long time ago. And soul breakdowns, I believe, happen for reasons. So we have to get back to those sort of feeling and heart spaces and opening those senses up. And I talk about that a lot right around the globe. This is for everybody, because this is how we all move forward as a collective. They're saying that harboring resentment, anger, fears makes you anonymous. So in any of these countries that are really struggling with, I know there's a lot of struggles with mandates, with rules being put in place. We're getting our freedoms taken away from us. But if you are harboring resentments and anger and fears, it is only toxic to you, because you start emitting that vibration. Now, I talk about this a lot in my self-help videos about vibration, and then you have to be very aware of what you're putting out, because that's what will vibrate back into your experience, and that's what synchronicities become. So you want to start to heal yourself in order to get rid of these angers, resentments, hatred. These are the things that kind of rise up in people, and that's why I talk about the things that are going through and the ascension processes that some of us are experiencing during these difficult times is about us healing as souls and individuals. So don't stay stuck in those awful feelings, because they contract your body and they make you just feel very cluttered up in the mind as well. So you have to find those peaceful places. You know, if you watch somebody like Ekhart Tolle, for example, he's absolutely brilliant. He can teach you how to live in the now. And it doesn't matter where you are around the world or what you're doing or what your situation is. I believe that by living in the now, that is what saves us. Now, all you have to do is just focus your thoughts into this moment. And if you go and please go and watch Ekhart Tolle, because I know he can start to change lives. He's just a miracle person at teaching you how to embrace situations. We don't have to become our environment. I understand if you're out there and you're in any of these countries. I'm very fortunate in the state I live in Australia. We're actually not too bad. We've got a lot of freedom at the moment. But there are states in Australia that are really struggling with these lockdowns and pandemics and mandates. So I do understand where you're coming from. But you've got to find that way out now and find a way clear, because keep repeating and rehashing that sort of anger and hostility and hatred is going to create more of it. So you've got to find ways to sort of burst through now and sort of break that bubble and burst yourself out and start to find some joy in those little things. So do the little things that are going to start to make you feel good. And this will change things. I know that we can do this en masse. If people start to really stand up and they start to believe in their own inner strengths, because this is about being squashed. Everything that's happening around the globe is about us not having a voice. It's about us not having our say, and it's about being squashed and just being turned into the little people and being turned into like robots and soldiers. And I believe that most people don't want that. It doesn't matter who you are. I really believe that people don't want to be living their life with tyranny, in a dystopian society. We don't want to be going down those roads. So now is the time, I believe, in this new year to really start to take charge of our lives and stand up for the things that we want and the way that we want to be living our future and what's sort of coming ahead, because you can see where these things are kind of all leading. We're certainly moving into that digital age, and there's a lot of changes on the platforms, and the metaverse is getting created as we speak. So many things are happening in the background, and this is everywhere, that we have to be very aware and start to really take those rose-colored glasses off and start to see things. But it's about starting with ourselves first and healing our souls and making ourselves feel good. That changes that frequency and vibration. And look, I understand that people out there are really scared. This is feeling like we've gone back like 100 years in our thinking sometimes. And I sit and I watch TV and I look at some of these countries who are getting shot with rubber bullets and getting sprayed with water hoses. And it almost feels surreal. It doesn't feel like in this day and age that we have gone back to those sort of, I don't even know what you would call them. They're just inhumane ways of treating people. And I totally agree with anyone out there who's suffering that. I really empathize and I really understand the pain and the confusion and the hurts that you must be going through. So look, please know that there's people out there, you know, you and I are connecting. I know I've got some beautiful subscribers out there, and we all need to just keep those paths of communication open and just keep moving forward, because that's what this is about. It's about communicating, it's about uniting, and I really feel like 2022 is about us all getting together and making changes in our lives that are really going to help us to move forward. So look, please stay positive. Please leave me comments. I love hearing from you guys. I've got some wonderful people that chat to me down below. Please stay strong in 2022. I know these times are really challenging, but I promise we will all get through it. Go and watch that song, Heal the World. I think you'll get a lot from it, and we can all take sort of a leaf out of people's books sometimes in the messages that are being spread, even if it is through music. There's always messages for us, and look for those synchronicities, because I think you're going to really start to see a lot of signs, synchronicities, and don't miss them. Open up your senses. Look, if you'd like to go check out my self-help videos, that would be great. I've got hundreds on there on depression, suicide, how to improve your life, ways to feel better, and just even attraction and body language as well. So any tips that can help you. And I also do weekly, monthly, and I do global readings as well to help anyone out there who is struggling, because I know this is really challenging times that we're all going through. So please take care. Have a wonderful New Year's. I look forward to seeing you very soon. And don't forget to hit the like buttons as well. And please subscribe. I'll see you very soon. Bye.